Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Banner Saga. We left off last time with Rook and Alette and their group in a pretty bad spot, but we've now jumped over to this other team that was slowly making their way to the east. The group of primarily Varl. We've got two of them that want to talk. Let's first check out our heroes. We've got Eric here joining our team. They're all level 1 except for Gunnulf is level 2. We've got 35 renown, so we could do upgrades if they were ready, but they're not. And no items to equip. So not much we can do there. Actually, what is Eric's combat style? Rally. Character is an expert in city warfare, darting in and out to be useful where he's needed. Well, he doesn't use a bow like a hunter. Rally allows them to grant willpower to allies from anywhere in the battle when they'll need it most, making him an invaluable support character. Eventually granting up to 6 willpower. That is crazy. And then light steps, we can move through squares. Yeah, pass through allies. Good. Okay. Only one break. He's got 2 of whatever you're called. Exertion, to allow him to spend more willpower. Decent amount of both armor and strength. Eric is the guy who gets stuff done for the governor of Strand, though for a man with a heavy responsibility, he seems to have an awful lot of freedom in his methods. Plenty of warring clans within Strand have tried to take him down. None have succeeded. Eventually, he earned himself the nickname the Iron Turtle. Well, there's a nickname for you. So he's support. Strength 14. Low armor. High armor, lower strength. Very high strength. Probably should put the higher strength people later. And the break people more forward. For our turn order. Anyway, let's get into these conversations. You knew him well, didn't you? Wagner? No, well, I don't know. I remember him. Always rushing around with some important business, but I never knew him. Never got a chance to talk much. Longer than I did, in any case. I suppose so, but when he spoke, Varl listened. I knew that. I could use help there. The Scrivener leans back, considering the sentiment. I've seen worse, and they respect you for your ability to swing an axe. They need to respect you for your actions. But you're not talking to the right Varl. Mogur's got some skill there. Most I can do is hold a quill. Consider what to say next. What are you always putting it down in that journal? I heard you were a terror in your day. What do you suppose happened to the sun? Get some rest. Always more marching to do. I assume the journal is similar to the banner that Rook is always, or Rook's clan is always sewing into of their history. I heard you were a terror in your day. Do you know how old I am? Well, they seem to be basically ageless, so for one to be old, who knows? Dare I ask? I'm competing, you know. Nobody knows how old we Varl can get, naturally. There's one by the name of Snorri. He's got a few years on me. Just hunkers in Grofheim collecting rhyme. Bastard might actually beat me. Another one named Krumer is close, I think. But the addled son of a bitch still welcomes a fight. He'll probably be off before I am, although... The Scrivener gestures around him as if to remind you of the current situation. You chuckle. Anyway, point is, what difference does it make? I'm just a delivery baron for Yorland now. Can't remember half of what I've done. Hence the journal? Hence. Don't get fancy on my behalf, Hakon. Oh, I won't. What are you always putting down in that journal? How do you mean? What do I write? I write what happens. They've got a banner in Aberang for that, you know. You mean the long banner? Yes, the Menders wove up something that writes its own history. You want my opinion? I don't trust it. No? It tells a broad story. I think there's some value in the narrow. Whose story does it write? Mine? Theirs? Luden's? The gods forbid. Ha! You old relic. The gods have been dead a long time. Oh, have they? Old habits, I suppose. What do you suppose happened to the sun? Gods, how should I know? Never seen something like this before. Are you worried? Some of the Varl in the caravan think the world's coming to an end. Others think it's the best thing that could happen. No more black months. I'll take it. If it's the end, I'm ready. What about the rest of us? To the depths with you. Ha! Get some rest. Always more marching to do. I've hoofed more hills than a horse born with a grudge. Don't worry about me. I'd ask how you're dealing with Wagner's death, but I already know the answer. Do you? Steady old Mogre, which is good. I know most of these Varl, but they're not under my command. They came to follow Wagner. Tell you the truth, I wouldn't want to be in your position either. Anything you can tell me about the caravan? Throw together this many Varl, half of them want to hit each other, the rest want to be left alone. Anyone I should keep an eye on? Oh, I overclicked. No. The fighters we got from Strand aren't bad, but they're unruly. Give it a few days. And there are a few moaning about fighting for you instead of Vognir. Those are the ones to worry about. What about Luden's men? They don't want to hear anything from me, I know that. Any problems? Could be. Luden's pet Varl is named Bercy. I'm not sure where he came from or what his deal is. Bastard knows how to fight, but there's something I don't like about him. His girl in red is scary too. Eureka. She's probably the best fighter Luden's got, to be honest. I've overheard some the Varl call her the witch. Why? The flaming arrows, I think. It's a good trick, but the fire upsets our Varl more than the dredge. Still doesn't make much sense. Witch? They're not scholars, Hakon. I think they're mostly just afraid of her. That makes more sense. Don't let her find out. Haven't you ever wanted to be in command? More than I am? Any more rope and I'd hang myself. I doubt that. I forget you weren't around back then. At one point I had more rope. I hung myself. So no, I'm not interested in command. It's all yours. Thanks. You think we're walking into a death trap? This many Varl? No, we should be alright. Things could get rough though. I don't like being the one to send Varl to their deaths. I like worrying about myself, and that's the extent of it. And who would have expected Vognir to drop like that to a couple of slag? I'm still wondering what happened. He had hundreds of dead slag to his name. I don't get it. Just happens sometimes. No big moment. I'm sure it surprised him even more than us. Although, I have to wonder. Nah, never mind. Oh, you're wondering if maybe someone did something to get him killed? If it was more of an assassination than just him falling in battle? Possible. Anyway, I'll worry about the warriors. You worry about not doing something stupid. That's asking a lot. What were you holding back about Vognir? I'd rather not say, Hakon. Why not? It's the kind of thing that'd get stuck in your head, and you need a clear one. It's better if you don't let me worry about it. You say so, keep it to yourself? This sounds important, tell me. I'd rather know than not, and be surprised later. How did Vognir die? He ran into dredge, wasn't expecting it. When we found him, he was lying face down, like he was struck from behind. Yeah. Did he really get taken down by some random slag? Who else was there? You think Luden? He probably didn't, but... Damn it, we should keep an eye on that bastard. If you see something else, tell me. I will. Well, let's get back to it. Let me know if you need anything else. I will. So the assumption that Ludin killed Vognir, or set him up to die. Yikes. Well, we are ready to move on, it looks like. Still got good morale going on. Look at that, says Moger. In the hills, more dredge. No more than a dozen, though. We could just as easily pass by as rush up there to slaughter them. Ludin overhears. That's a dozen dredge heading towards Strand, he says. You ask him when he started to care about Strand. I don't, he replies. I thought you did. Be a waste of time. Strand can handle that. Moger, send some warriors to take care of it, or we'll deal with it ourselves. Leaving Dredge to wander about in the hopes that Strand can handle them feels like a bad strategy. Because if they come along behind us when we're in camp or something, just leaving enemies behind is bad. Do we just send some random warriors, or do we take care of it ourselves? I guess I don't know how intelligent the Dredge are. If they were an intelligent attacking force, having some visible in the distance to pull off some of our best warriors, and then sending others to take out our caravan would be really smart, in which case we wouldn't want to send our best out. But if they don't do that, then we want our best to go take out that group, rather than just sending out some mooks that are probably going to get some of them killed because they're not our best. We'll deal with that ourselves, and I hope that's not going to leave a bunch of my people killed back at our caravan. I haven't yet figured out how this game really decides what's going to get people killed, but it seems like every decision I make gets people killed, so clearly I'm making the wrong decisions. We'll deal with it ourselves. The caravan stops and waits while you lead a small detachment up the hillside to take care of the dredge quickly. You tell Ludin to stay by the caravan. He folds his arms and mutters something about being treated like a child. Okay, that's our team, which seems fine. Let's go into battle. Alright, so you have heavy impact for splash damage, and add strength and armor damage to target and adjacent enemies is your extra ability. You, when hit by an adjacent enemy, counterattack for 1 armor damage. Good. Bring the Pain breaks an enemy's armor and punishes enemies for retaliating. Splash damage, strike enemies, adjacent enemies in a spin attack. You're our heavy hitter with that 16 strength, so I kind of want to hold you back. Send these break guys up forward first. Might have you try and have that one tank these two, see if I can get you on the side to attack that one. We have you try and tank all of these. He's probably going to take a while to get to us, so maybe we just pull back so it takes him longer to get over here. Something like that, maybe. You can't quite make it up to them. You can make it to this guy if I give you the willpower, which is fine. You've got 6. So that gets you here. Bring the Pain was what? I know I just read it. Breaks the armor and then punishes the enemy for retaliating. Okay. Or I can attack you, just normal attack. Do a bit of armor. Yeah, because he's got 10 strength, but if he attacks us, we're just going to absorb it because we've got 14 armor. So we're fine. I could put another willpower there, get him down to 5 armor, and then someone like him could show up and just one-shot him. Technically, I don't need to even use that. That'll get him to 6 armor, and he can still take him down in a single swing. Okay. So for you... Oh wow, you are already doing lots of damage to some of these guys. Don't really like that you'll be getting yourself somewhat surrounded. Well, actually, is there any way to back out? Yes, okay. What was your Sundering Impact? Strength and armor damage to target and adjacent to enemies. Yeah. So this will hit both of them, which is probably better since we are in a group. It didn't seem like that did anything to the adjacent. Or maybe it's adjacent to the same guy. I don't know. I can send you here and have you just kill this one. Granted, we don't really want to be killing enemies because that just makes the others move more often. But oh well. Let's push you over here so you're out of the way from getting hit by multiple of them. And you can just kill this one. Alright. What to do with you? If I wanted you to rally, what's the range on that? Not that I necessarily need to rally anyone. Your attack... Keep clicking that. That's not what I want. Your attack is just adjacent. Is there a key? I would assume right click would back up. Oh, just left click on a square that's not valid. Okay. Yeah, you can't get anywhere that you can attack. So I'm inclined to say you rally him because he's in the most precarious spot. And it does seem to have range on rally, so I don't need to be adjacent. That didn't seem to do anything. You're still at 5. Alright, with you... I guess I probably can't rally above their cap. So like this guy is at 5 out of 4. Which means until I get below 4, he couldn't even be rallied, probably. Yep, let's do some armor damage. Oh, you're getting out of here. Although I don't need to worry that much about a strength 3 guy, because we have plenty of armor on all of us. So let's just keep taking on a bunch of these guys. I guess I should have focused on armor for you as well. You can finish this guy off. I really shouldn't keep killing enemies off. It's not smart, but that he hits too hard for me to leave them alive at 1 hit point or something. Alright, so you can't do much to any of them. because they still have too much armor, because I've been just attacking with strength. And I ought not to be. You are safe from them. And I guess I could have you just do a little bit of damage. Sure. 90% chance to do 1 damage. That's decent enough odds. Huh. Does that mean 90% chance to do 3 damage, and so if it misses, we do none? So that's brutal. Alright, so now they basically can't damage us. Oh, you are really out of place. Huh. Yeah, not ideal. Yeah, just end your turn. Shame. Let's see about you. So yeah, the problem is he can do so much strength damage that it's hard for me to justify working down his armor, because I can take out any of these guys in 2 swings with him. And once their health is low enough, we don't really have to be worried about them being able to kill us back. Alright, let's move you forward this way. See what you can do there. Wow, you chose not to be close enough to get an attack in? It's a choice. I mean, we're gonna handle this fight no problem. You're still too far away from everything, so let's just have you move forward a little. And then turn. Brutal. Alright, you're starting to get into the dangerous areas. And they're all pretty weak. We'll start taking out the ones that have more health. So that's you gone. Then you can step forward to here and take out this one. No problem. You should probably run. Although I could get you a kill, which will help towards your level up, because you're probably going to be hard to promote. Yeah, there's not really a way for you to get involved. And a final kill for you, I suppose. You got a promotion on him. I don't know if we got a promotion for anyone else. Promoted. Gunnulf. Okay. Promotion for Hakon. Clearly I wasn't paying attention. And promotion for Eric. 8 renown. We'll be spending 15 renown on those promotions. We can do that whenever we camp next. Hakon. You can hear Luden's hard-booted trot as you set up camp for the first day and brace yourself. Can we speak as equals? We can try. It seems clear to me that you plan to kill a lot of dredge along the way, am I right? You're not wrong, why do you ask? In fact, I plan to go out of my way to kill them. We only kill dredge when necessary. Why do you ask? Because since we left Arberang, the Varl have been acting like I need protection. Don't assume only the Varl can fight. Do you understand me? That is my banner we fly to Grofheim. To Grofheim, the banner of Arberang. I insist on joining in battle. Almost gutted in your first encounter and ready for more. Whatever you like, Prince. And, I expected more resistance. From Wagner, maybe. They tell me you were his kender. That's why you're in charge now. Some sort of next of kin Varl thing. Don't you take on his responsibilities? Doesn't mean I care what happens to you. In my own way. Why the tough act, kid? Don't look down on me again. Don't you dare. When you're nearly 200 years, it's hard to take a 20-year-old man. Is that right? Seriously. You better start. We'll both be kings someday. That's the last thing I need to think about right now. Luden looks at you as though you just punched yourself in the face. He heads back to his tent before saying whatever was on his mind. So is Luden now part of our squad of fighters? On exertion, you've gotten some characters with high exertion. Don't overlook this important stat. Exertion lets you add more willpower to your actions. Want to add more than 1 star to your attack? Upgrading to 3 exertion lets you add 3 damage to every attack or move 3 spaces, further than usual if you've got the willpower for it. Remember, each stat is equally important in combat. Choose wisely. Sure. Let's check out our heroes first. We've got a couple of conversations. Oh, Eureka. She's the witch, right? Oh, we've got more than we have room for. So we can fit 6 people. We've got 7 now. So now we've got to actually make choices. That's rough. We'll do our level ups. That seems like a wise thing to do. So, Hakon. Yes. I'll level you up. You've got 2 points to spend. I'm thinking I want to get a couple of really good break people. So he doesn't actually do... His ability doesn't do break. It adds 1 break, but it's not doing his own break value. So he really should be more of a damage dealer. But I don't think I need him in the same position as Gunner, whatever his name is, who is our heavy strength hitter guy. Meh, I'm going to go for a break as well, but strength and break. We'll call that good. Because 3 break is going to be useful. So then we have Gunnulf. That's the one I was thinking of, whose 16 strength is just madness. Which is why he's getting all the kills. So he's reaching rank 3. Ooh, which improves his ability. Good, good, good. But it takes 10 renown. Yikes. Still. So he's now going to be rank 2 with Tempest. So hits up to 3 enemies. Unfortunately, by enemies, they mean friend or foe. Yeah. So we want to get him into the fray where he can hit multiple enemies. But we also want them to have their armor down first. If we gave him some exertion, that would make it easier for him to get into a position. Because then he could use... Well, he doesn't really have... He has 3 willpower. So if I wanted to focus on that strategy, I'd have to build up his willpower and his exertion significantly. Or I can just keep boosting his strength and just have him be really good at just instantly killing enemies. I think I'm going to go one in each in willpower and exertion, just to give him a bit more flexibility. He's already got enough strength. As much fun as it would be to keep boosting that, I don't think it's essential to make him capable. So we'll confirm there. Last one to level up is Eric. Costs 5 renown, yes. So for you, you're very... I don't know. Feels like you're supposed to be a support character, and I'm not really sure how to fit you into the team. Because so far we haven't been really running out of willpower. What I want is someone else that has like that shield block ability that we had on one character that died. That was a useful ability. Maybe we give you more strength so that when you get involved, you can be more involved. Sure. Now let's look at these two, Bercy and well, I guess we haven't looked at Luden either. Luden, Yusra, and Bercy are all new. Luden is the Prince of Men, the first heir of a vast kingdom. Though disliked by peers and rivals on account of his highborn attitude, few question his intelligence, combat skills, or courage. So you've got Impale. Character skewers his enemy during doing normal strength damage before kicking them away, doing knockback and causing them to bleed if they move on their next turn. Target who is bleeding will take 1 strength damage for each tile that they move, which can be especially deadly for enemies that are moved against their will. Oh. So you knock them back, then they bleed, but if someone else forces them to move, they take that bleed damage for that move as well. And presumably if you knock them away, they're going to have to move at least 1 to get back to you. So he's essentially doing strength damage plus moving them back, plus an additional damage when they come closer again. That seems pretty powerful. I think we'll... Oh, I was trying to level him up. Obviously, that's not a thing at the moment. You don't have levels. Yrsa. Not many people know much about where Yrsa came from, but ever since Luden became old enough to train, Yrsa has been close by. Rumors used to spread about a romantic relationship between the two until Yrsa found out about them, and then suddenly they stopped. Those who have spent much time near her have described the woman as intimidating. Siege Archer. Slag and Burn. The character throws a 5-tile area of slag onto the ground, which explodes immediately. Targeted tiles takes the damage seen below. Adjacent units take 2 strength damage. It also leaves randomly placed burning coals on unoccupied tiles. If targeting an enemy tile, coals always appear on the center tile first. Walking over the burning coals causes 1 strength damage. Currently, does no armor break, 2 strength damage, plus leaves up to 2 coals. Weird. And Puncture, okay, that's the same thing we had with the others, where standing still, you're able to line up a shot that does bonus damage based on missing armor. Alright. Seems like a interesting character. Bercy. All of Luden's traveling companions, Bercy is the most likely to stand out, being a literal giant amongst men. Even Luden seems afraid of him, which may be the primary reason he hasn't been sent away. On the rare occasion, it has been whispered that the Varl doesn't even work for the prince, but some other group altogether. What is well known is that he's already saved Luden's life on more than 1 occasion. So you have Tempest, which is the hit multiple friend and foe. Heavy impact, shockwave that does strength attack against enemies adjacent to your target. Gotcha. So that's the same thing that we had with Gunnar. Gunnulf? I'll learn their names eventually, but you have much less strength than what he has. Gunnulf. Yeah. Given the team, probably not going to focus on Bercy, because he's like a less good Gunnulf. But Yrsa and Luden seem interesting. No market to buy supplies, though we still have plenty of supplies with this group. So just a couple of conversations. But I think we will leave that for next time. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you then. Bye.